What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another weekly Respill episode. This week, let's talk about Jacqueline Hill's reasoning behind not uploading since her Morphe palette launched, Trisha Paytas trolling her subscribers yet again, and Brookehouse trying to make a comeback to YouTube. Let's get into it.
Weekly Respill, yeah.
It's been well over a month now since Jacqueline uploaded a video. Her last video was a commercial for her newest Morphe palette. Before her palette launched, Jacqueline uploaded two videos. One was a haul and the other was a get ready with me where she talks about some personal issues she's been having. Since Jacqueline hasn't uploaded since her palette reveal video, it's starting to become clear to her viewers that the cycle Jacqueline goes through before announcing a new product is very, very real. Step 1. Come back to YouTube after a long break and upload a few tutorials and get ready with me videos. Upload just enough videos to make it look like you aren't coming back to YouTube just to sell something. Step 2. Upload the latest commercial for whatever is needing to be sold. And then step 3. Leave YouTube for another few months. People started calling Jacqueline out for the obvious cycle under her last video. Here's what people had to say. And now she's gone again. She should end these videos with "Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next launch." The funny thing is, in Jacqueline's launch video, she actually talked about how she doesn't come on YouTube just to sell something.
I see on social media a lot, especially the past year, a lot people saying, oh, you only come to YouTube when you want to sell something. Oh, you're only present on social media when you want to sell something. All you care about is the money, like you just want to sell something, right? I mean, those of you who know me know that's not true.
Although, like I said, it's been over a month since Jacqueline uploaded. Fans were expecting at least a few videos showing off some looks and maybe even possibly a tutorial using her own palette. Jacqueline also launched a brush collection with her palette and told her subscribers she would be doing a tutorial with them, but guess what? She never did.
I also am coming out with a extension of brushes with Morphe along with this palette, 15 new brushes, which I'm not going to show in detail in this video. I'll do a tutorial later and I'll just use them casually.
Jacqueline ended up addressing the reasons behind why she hasn't posted a video on YouTube. She wrote, "This is extremely hard for me to talk about for many reasons, but I know a lot of people are wondering why I'm so absent on socials lately. I've decided to make my health my #1 priority. I briefly opened up about it in a video, but it's very deep and I need help. For the past couple of years, I've completely neglected me. I've focused on people around me and my career, but I've totally let myself go in the meantime. I am working with an amazing team right now to detox my body and get myself back to where I need to be. I know you guys want makeup tutorials and videos, so do I, but I'm currently spending 6 to 8 hours a day with doctors, IVs, and therapists because I'm determined to get back to where I need to be. Please understand that I love you and I can't wait for our future. But in this time of my life, I have to put myself first, before anything else. I hope you understand and I can't wait to get on the other side of this and share my journey with you." So far, the response to her reasoning behind not uploading hasn't been good at all. Here's what people had to say. "The timing is just super off-putting. I don't know what to think anymore with these launches followed by silence. I want to believe you, but it's looking more and more wrong. Jacqueline always has to take a me time whenever she gets called out. I used to be a big Jacqueline Hill fan, but honestly, I'm fed up with her excuses on why she can't post a simple YouTube video or why her products are defective. If you can't handle this lifestyle, just say so." Of course, there are people who are sending Jacqueline their support, but some fans just can't help but to see this repeated cycle and find it a bit off-putting. This week, Trisha Paytas uploaded a video called "Meet My Alters: Dissociative Identity Disorder." Before I even get into telling you guys what this video is about, just keep in mind that Trisha Paytas has a history of uploading highly uneducated and offensive videos just to get a reaction out of people. Although this video kind of took things a little bit too far. In Trisha's video, she talks about how she's self-diagnosed herself with dissociative identity disorder, also known as DID for short. The first sign that this video was going to be horribly uneducated was the fact that Trisha admits to self-diagnosing herself from home. The entire video is her talking about her different alters and explaining how she gained them. Trisha claims she borrows others' personalities and never really formed her own personality. She says she acts like whoever she's around and changes her personality to fit theirs, which leads her to believe that she has DID, enough to make a whole entire video about it. In reality, what Trisha explains isn't actually DID. Conforming to others' personalities isn't DID. To make matters even worse, in Trisha's video, she calls a YouTuber who actually has DID crazy.
Like, I watched the Anthony Padilla one, and there's a girl, dissociated or something, I think his name, she's British, and like, I watched it and I was like, oh, like, she seems crazy.
That YouTuber actually ended up responding to Trisha in a very respectful video, calling her out for spreading misinformation and damaging a community that herself and other DID YouTubers have worked hard to educate people on.
It's very important that the content that's being produced at the moment around dissociative identity disorder is scientifically accurate, and that it is not stigmatizing, and that it isn't going to damage our community or damage the lives or the reputations of the people who live with it, just like we do.
Trisha's video currently sits at over 25,000 dislikes and it's still going. The comments are also very negative towards Trisha. Here's what people had to say. DID is literal hell, not just some fun, quirky thing. Constantly having to try to piece together basic aspects of your life, PTSD flashbacks, alters fighting all the time because they want/need different things, sometimes not even being able to remember your own legal name or age or even where you live. This is incredibly damaging to people who actually have DID. Do the world a favor and take this video down and educate yourself before addressing thousands of people. A YouTuber named Anthony Padilla recently made a really informative video on DID. He actually took to Instagram to respond to Trisha and said, "Claiming you have DID is not a cool excuse to mock people in the community and call them crazy. You can watch my video to learn about DID from people who have DID and actually know what they're talking about." When Trisha saw Anthony's response calling her out on her behavior, she absolutely lost her shit and uploaded a video response called Dear Anthony Padilla.
And it went like,
You, Anthony Padilla, you. What the did you watch, dumb girl?
Trisha's whole defense throughout this video is that it's the internet and people have the right to comment on whatever they want.
You're on YouTube. Guess what? People are entitled to say whatever they want about your video.
Although when someone calls you out on your misinformation, respectfully, that's not okay. Guys, make it make sense, please. After Trisha posted her response, she then took to Twitter to continue her argument towards Anthony. She quote tweeted him and said, "Keep exploiting people. You may be the most disgusting person I've ever met. Don't say you're an advocate for mental health when you refer to a mentally ill person as trash." Anthony claims he has depression/anxiety, but mocks a panic depressive human. "You can move me to the trash, Anthony. Just make sure you and your girlfriend eye roll my and post it to your Instagram story because it's probably just for attention, right?" Trisha is referring to an Instagram story Mikey posted a few hours earlier that showed herself and Anthony watching her video and rolling their eyes. She continued her Twitter rant saying, "I did nothing but share my truth, and now I'm being mocked because I'm known as the crazy mentally unstable troll of YouTube. Logic is to mock a mentally unstable person." She then took her rant over to Instagram.
It's just so disgusting to be like, well, get diagnosed first. Like, have a doctor I don't need to tell anybody concrete proof evidence. This is what I have. I don't need to go into detail of what I've talked about with doctors and stuff like that. I'm telling you my experience, take it for what it is or not.
At the end of the day, Anthony finally broke his silence on Twitter saying, "Been busy today. Did I miss anything?" Even Raw Beauty Christie mentioned something on Twitter, and it has people thinking it may be directed towards Trisha. She wrote, "I swear to God, we have to learn our lesson. People that post the most controversial shit for attention, harming people for views, literally, and I mean this, if nobody clicked their videos, they would stop. It keeps the cycle going. The best thing we can all do is simply act as though it does not exist. Do not click, do not tweet about it, do not give it a moment of our precious time, especially when it's a cycle that repeats over and over again." Brookehouse is back on YouTube with a video titled Where I've Been. For those of you who might not know, Brooke uploaded a video last year where she forgot to edit out her spitting and hitting her dog for not performing like a circus act for her YouTube channel. After one failed attempt to come back to YouTube, she tried again and let people know that she did an interview with some small YouTuber where she tries to prove to us that she's a changed person. The first thing wrong with this interview is that the person actually doing the interview seems very much on Brooke's side, and you can just tell he's trying very hard to persuade people that Brooke is a changed person.
And what I saw was a whole different side of her that a lot of you guys have not even seen yet. In this video, I'll get the truth, the facts, and Brooke's side of this story that she didn't get to tell.
If Brooke wanted this interview to be fair and unbiased, she should have had a neutral person do it, not someone she has mutual friends with. The second thing wrong with this interview is that it seems more like a sad story about what Brooke went through and how she dealt with all the hate that she got, rather than talking about what that poor dog had to go through. People pointed out in the comments that that when the interviewer first came to the house, her dog was out of control, jumping all over him, and he looked really uncomfortable, and she just let it happen. Another sign that she hasn't really been training her dog all that well. As expected, the comments left under Brooke's video weren't positive towards Brooke at all. Here's what people had to say. One of her biggest problems with apologizing was that she apologized for our reactions, not her actions. Yes, people make mistakes. Yes, people can come back from them. But because she shows no remorse and no acknowledgement of her wrongdoings, why should the public forgive her? She just seems to be sorry for herself. Still no remorse. Still no admitting that she'd done wrong and it's 100% her fault. I'm sorry, but this isn't it. This has to be one of the grossest, most degrading things to the people watching and her dog. Please don't defend this type of person.